all of BL's financial records in exchange for licking Billy's feet. Billy is a brave boy. What is this up? This is like fetish content. Steve is jealous. Are you guys ready to watch some more disturbing and absolutely terrifying YouTube videos? Because I sure am. If you remember, like a couple of weeks ago, we checked out a YouTube playlist called Disturbing and Creepy YouTube Videos. And we only got 11 videos deep because we explored and discovered rabbit hole upon rabbit hole. But in this video, we're gonna continue from where we left off with the 12th video in the playlist called Exit. And we're gonna see if we discover any more rabbit holes. All I hear is static. I only hear the top. Wait, why did it say top what? Rat the ore top. So we have a stalker or some guy just like being on lookout. Why are you just like recording a random guy? Like, what's the purpose of that? So we're just stalking, we're just like recording like a random individual here. Maybe there's some sort of suspect. Could that be it? I don't really see what's creepy and or horrifying about this one. Wait, was that really just it? Wait, it said something at the end here. It said, where's the Ark? And the channel is called To the Ark. I think we already got a good one in here. Oh, we got a great one. Holy shit, what a rabbit hole we got in here. So we checked out Exit. Program seems like it's the next logical one, right? Was that binary? Bluemore? I thought I saw some binary numbers over here. So this could be binary, but maybe it's supposed to be ones and zeros. Can we try that maybe? It's not binary, because if I do 0, 0, 0, it just comes up with blank. And even if I try to go for the next one, right? We try to go for the next one, which is basically 0 and all the way 1 at the end. So it's basically 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Yeah, it's gonna come up as like, you know, no text. Like there's no text at all in it. So I don't believe it's binary. But it said Blue Ed Moore. What is the purpose of this? I love that even 10 years later, Marble Hornets still holds. Wait, is this Marble Hornets? I have actually thought about watching Marble Hornets at some time in the future, but I just never got to that point. But it kind of seems like this rabbit hole almost stops and ends here. Like we do have a channel full of disturbing videos, but I don't know if any of them have any like relation to each other. We have Null. Wait, have I watched? Wait, have I seen Null before? It is silent. Who is left to hear the secret? Do you know? I have for years. Ark awaits. What do you see? What will you see? Regards. Okay, we're gonna go through that frame by frame. Regards, we have Smith, a bunch of numbers, Mr. White, Smith again. It kind of like it's just the same going over and over again, but then it starts like lacking, and then we do have like a face that appears on the lower left side of the... I think they might have trapped an entity in this video at some point. I feel like it's a little bit incoherent because we do have like a lot of different videos here, but is this worth making like another video on? I mean, we could definitely do this because they're not like totally long. I might just check back on this later, but if you want me to check out To the Ark in its entirety, do let me know. But we're gonna go back to the playlist. We have the next video called Thank You.
Huh? Ahem?
Ahem? That's me whenever I start my videos. That's...
Huh?
That's not me whenever I start my videos.
I don't feel so good.
Ah! I feel like this has to be a shitpost. That has to be like a joke in itself, right? A year ago. That's thank you. Wait, this one is also in the playlist. I have actually thought about watching that in the future, but it's like, you know, a 30-minute video. It's pretty long. It doesn't seem like we have anything high. What is high? Oh, it's a music video, just like in the last one. To be honest, I don't really know if we can play this because of copyright here. Wait, what the f- Okay, that actually, oh, yeah, we're just gonna go past that. I'm not really vibing with that, to be honest. We have Obey the Walrus. Who's the... When did this come out? This is like the origin of brain rot. For some reason, this really gives me like origin of brain rot kind of vibes. This is something you would see on TikTok these days. I really don't know what to think about this. Oh, please don't come too close. Please don't. You're like invading my personal space. I'm not really a huge fan of that. I'm not really, Why is this so disturbing? What the? It's just the same clip looping over and over again. It's probably obey the... What was the purpose? Obey the Walrus, known in Spanish as... I can't read Spanish. Is a video that was allegedly created by a Latin American cult known as La Mosa, the Walrus. And it is said that bad things happened after watching the video. The woman featured in the video is actually old footage of an American born as Johnny Baima, who later obtained the stage name as Sadie Crisp. She is more popular known for her nickname, Goddess Bunny. The Goddess Bunny obtained her figure when she contracted polio as a child. The Goddess Bunny has nothing to do with the cult. It is simply archived footage of her that has been edited to spread on the internet, along with the stories of it being haunted for the sole purposes of making you shit bricks. Wait, there's a website? For more information, go to Goddess Bunny. Please don't tell me it's what I believe it is. Don't. Oh, it's not. I thought for a second it was gonna be... Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. What is this? Film Freeway. Goddess Bunny. The New York Times Sadie Crisp, a transgender actress model who served as a muse to generations of artists, gay punks, and the West Hollywood avant-garde. Actually, Sadie was born intersex. This is a heartwarming story, for despite immense hardships, Sadie embodied optimism and kindness. Her crude yet charming spirit always attracted friends who surrounded her with love. Goddess Bunny was filmed over... So it's an old movie. Goddess Bunny was filmed over 30 years. Filmed for over 30 years by Academy Award nominated director Matthew... Is it that the Matthew Patrick? This is a rabbit hole I want to go down. You're telling me that Matthew Patrick, the Matthew Patrick, have been living a secret life for the past 30 years? I need to see more evidence. I gotta see more articles about this shit. Oh wait, there's actually a picture of... Okay, so that got debunked pretty quickly. So the website just redirects to an article about... what was their name again? Sadie Crisp instead, which is actually kind of interesting. Oh, get away from that guy. Do we have anything more on this David channel? Like, is this like the only thing they have? There's some gameplay videos. There's like an old meme in here. They made like a re-upload on this channel here to basically spread the word about the virus, basically cursing everyone else, which is actually kind of horrifying. We have a PHR? What is PHR? Is PHR paranormal? Educational video. I don't think this is educational in any way. This gotta be... Lesson number 1. What lesson are we learning? Room orientation. Room number 1. Oh, so it's like one of those analog horror, like, spot... Is it about how I feel about this room? About how I feel about that door? Room 1 is where I live. It's called 1 because I'm the smartest. This kind of sounds like some music that Onision would make back in like 2010. Am I wrong or am I right? But isn't room number 2 just the same? It's another door. 2 lives in room 2. They own an animal with lots of fur that doesn't bathe? I mean, that does look dirty. And on to the next room. Room number 3. Nobody wants to live in room 3 anymore. What's the reason for that? That's because there's a skin all over one of the walls. It's Andy's skin. What happened to Andy? He won't let me take pictures. Oh, are you serious? I hope you guys don't have trypophobia. But I still did. Soft room. The soft room has one rule. You can stay inside as long as you want to, and no one can come in, but, until you leave. Oh, so you gotta like switch with someone? Jim went in 2 weeks ago. But doesn't it mean you gotta switch with someone if you want to get out? He probably... Oh, so if someone dies in the soft room, that means that nobody can replace them. We'll check on him tomorrow, but you can't enter it because someone else is in there. Before we... Oh, whoa, we can't show that room. There's something you need to keep in mind about the bad room. Certain objects are unsafe. Looking at them. So some objects are unsafe looking at, may cause death. So if you stare at a certain object, you may... The following is a list for safety reference. Oh, so I just straight up like die. So if I look at the previous is also smelly. So if I look at an outlet, I will die. Or like a statue of or a Bible. If I look at the Holy Bible, most of the books in PHR consist of one word only. Deaf. Avoid books that don't have one word in them. Also, don't look up. What's up? This concludes the safety briefing. Oh, I don't think we can actually show that room. Something bad definitely happened in that room. No one ever goes into the room, the bad room. And there's a certain reason because they don't. It's still under construction. It will never be finished. Because of what happened inside. Everything is leaking. Okay, I'm actually kinda intrigued now. Do we have more about this room? Can we like research this? So I don't know what PHR is, but it's like... Wait. Are we talking about this is the 2nd out of 700 videos? Whoa. We may actually have some good shit in here. Do we have any post about it? 6 years ago, from the soil sprang 33rd shoot, white and fair both stem and root. To dwell therein and bring us good, it lends us support to crumbling bones. In petite hands in seldom shows. I wanna actually check out the other videos because this seems super interesting. We have insanity, missing person, prelude, there's a peephole education video of a lonely boar, and then there's like an elevator. I might just check that out in the end. I wanna go for all the other ones real quick to see if there's anything else that we can like put together about this one. There is a Blogspot webpage, and we're gonna check that out at the end as well. Let's start out with insanity. What is about insanity? This kind of reminds me of like the Skinwalker, where you're basically looking at the shadows, you're looking at the noise, you're looking at the different forms the noise make in the background to see if you can like make something out, if you can see if there's like a creature, if there's anything hiding in it. I saw the Skinwalker recently and I wasn't really a huge fan of it, except for like the ending. The ending was super cool, but it's just a lot of looking at static and waiting for something to happen. And I think it's kind of like the same here. That we're trying to like figure out if there's something hidden in the static, or maybe you're looking at the windows? What if the middle window, it looks like someone is up against the window? Or is that just me? If you look closely at the middle window, it kind of seems like someone is like up against it. And that's it? Every morning, the same routine. He would wake up, wash, eat, wash himself again. He would then sit in the living room window and try to read the same book day after day after day. His eyes would return to the same window, and on the building across, upon realizing this, he cried. We have first stage insanity, anxiety, sorrow, vigor, and ascension. So what does all of this mean? But are we looking at the guy reading, or we're probably seeing this from like a stalker's perspective, just as before. So we're seeing their morning routine, but who is this person? I think this might be it. Missing persons report. Property of Maypon Police Department. File MPR. Do not distribute. Oh, that's eyes. That's straight up eyes. Maypon DP, investigation report number 1. Missing person, search parameters, vertical. Low priority. Why is person flickering? Accident happened in the 25th of April, FFA. Investigation began in... So we wait like half a year for the investigation to begin? Simon, trainee, Billy, Philip, and someone else. So we're waiting a half a year for the investigation to actually take place. Incident detail. PHR was found empty on sole occupants was what? Reported missing by the neighbors. Investigation began on the 3rd due to scheduling errors and something functions. Personal detail of BL. Occupant, computer scientist, unmarried, no relatives, cries a lot, bad interior decorations, afraid of feet, unattractive. Evidence, goodbye letter, ruined by moisture. 3 nails, bloody. Oh my god! A toe that is smelly. Note, subject has been charged with unauthorized possession of 3 nails and a toe. Search report, Meepon, bottom layer. Investigation shortened by low hygiene. Residents inquisition questioned no. Filthy. Search results found. 5 smashed cameras, 1 torn photo, no soap whatsoever. Trainee status, Billy stopped his toe, otherwise satisfactory. Search report. Meepon. Second layer. The workplace of BL, located at the other side of a long, wet tunnel. Billy was too scared to go in. His toe was stopped as punishment. Philip went in instead. He didn't come back. We apologized to Billy. Search results. Bound. 3 smashed cameras. Mold. A swarm of toe biters. Trainee status. Billy's feet hurt. Philip drowned? So we have one more left? Search report. Meepon, the 3rd layer. High population density allowed for. Ideal interrogation conditions. Notable results. A piff, please leave me alone, bystander 1. I haven't seen a thing ever since I touched the cat. What the hell are you doing outside? But that was 6 months ago. Like I said, 6 months, yeah. I have enough to worry about as it is. Why is there so much stone in the 3rd layer? I'm scared of going near the windows. Was a clerk. He offered to share all of BL's financial records in exchange for licking Billy's feet. But Billy was the one with sore toes, wasn't it? 1 smashed camera. Financial records. 1 box of dandruff. Trainee status. Billy is a brave boy. What is this up? This is like fetish content. Steve is jealous. Why was it notable that our main subject was afraid of feet? Someone stopped their toe and someone got their feet licked. What world are we living? Can I join? Meepon, search report, the 4th layer. BL is not here because it's too high up and it's too hot. With this in mind, we only visited the administration to have financial records analyzed. Results as follows. Electricity, water, heating, unpaid for. Main expenses, cameras, microphones, socks. Investigation reports. BL is still missing. BL is presumed dead. No one really cares. Billy has found a passion for old shoes. I am very proud of him. So moral of the story is feet. I think moral of the story is feet. Okay, all right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I'm not a huge fan of this. This was, the editing style was cool. The music was amazing. This was very, very intriguing, but the entire plot twist with it turning into feet, I'm not really a huge fan of. So to recap real quick, we have Billy, Philip, and Steve. They try to go inside, and we see here the personal details of BL, cries a lot and is afraid of feet. And then when we get to like the next layer, right? We talk about here, search report. Billy was too afraid to go in, and what happened before was Billy Billy stops his toe in the 2nd layer. And in the 3rd layer, Billy was too afraid to go in. So Billy gets his toe stopped as punishment. Philip went in instead. So we have Billy's feet hurt, and Philip went in. And Philip does not come back. And then at the end we have status, so Billy's feet hurt and Philip drowned. We haven't heard anything about Steve yet. Once we go to the next section here, that is when we talk about feet, right? In exchange for licking Billy's feet. So Billy was the one who got Billy stopped his toe, he got his toe stopped again. So what we're seeing is, we're seeing Billy's feet. Billy is a brave boy and Steve is jealous of Billy. What was their name again? Do we only have their initials to go by, or do we have anything else? It's saying missing she-soul. Wait, every time it lags, it says something... Wait, what does it say? Flesh case. Missing flesh case. Missing she-soul? Missing what? Missing Wombling. I think Billy might just be the missing person, but what would they do? BL, we don't know their last name, but we know that their first name is B. So, Billy might just be the person because they get their toes stopped as punishment. But why would they do that? Incident details. Found empty. Was BL. It could be Billy Larson, Billy Ligma, Billy... Lamalabalu. I think it may actually be Billy, because why would Billy get punished by their toes being hurt, their feet being hurt, and then afterward, maybe this is like a, what if it's like a way to get rid of their fear, right? I mean, it may not be that deep, but what if Billy disappeared for them to overcome their trauma, so they became a trainee, and they're basically getting, every time they mess up, they get punished for it, which is why it's involving feet. Like, they get their toes stopped, and they get their feet licked, and now I feel really disgusted by that. We have a prelude video? Right, what if we go back, like, there's something in the description here. This document is a part of an ongoing investigation. Parties without sufficient authorization are not to view this document. If you have inadvertently come across possession of this document, you are under obligation to return it to something blogspot immediately. Thank you for understanding. Let's go for prelude. Should we probably read this? The cleaning lady, being the only one forced to interact with the hole in front of the door, often wondered if the apartment was really empty. She could feel the strong, stale scent of paper through the keyhole. Shuffling noises would sometimes come through. Probably mice and cockroaches. Possibly pages being turned? Or just someone like shitting really loudly? Whoa, this somehow gives me like point and click adventure game. Like a good old PS1 point and click adventure game. Oh, yeah. Dude, the sound design is amazing in this. Do we have someone waiting for us in here? We do have like a dark corner back there. But it seems like nothing... Okay, there is a door, but there's no one waiting for us in there. Pictures of owls? No feet in sight. No feet in sight is a good sight. But there's definitely someone sleeping there, right? More pictures. A lot of childhood pictures, yeah. But they're all like unrecognizable. A closet, it seems like. And then we have window blinds. What? I'm sorry, what? What kind of context does this actually give us? The pyramid with the red circle in the middle is like the profile icon. Does this give us anything if you look at like the details in it, right? So we have a flashlight, we have pictures. I mean, I don't know if that's a camera, like the thing on the bookshelf could be a camera, but the owls, the only thing I do notice is owls. I notice a fish up there, code fish by the way. I notice a lot of family images. We do have blinds. There is no person in sight. I mean, that could just be a couch, or it could just be someone lying under the covers, but this is a prelude, so maybe we're gonna get more information in the next video, because the only thing we do see again, the pyramid with the red circle that someone mentioned in the comments below. But other than that, either I'm more coward than I thought, not very likely, or this channel really knows how to make an apartment ominous. I mean, it does, because you do have the dark corner. You have like the hallway in the middle right now that is brightened as you go past the window. So it definitely makes you focus on that hallway in general, but I don't see anything in it. Like, it doesn't seem like we have any hidden people in here. But maybe checking out the peephole video may just give us some more information. What again is PHR? What is that? Cover text. Because of this, I believe that it was also such kind of substance with its own foul and hideous bulk, which might either gross, which they called earth, or thin and subtle of the body of air, and they imagine it to be kind of malignant mind creeping through the earth. But this is unofficial. Now that's what I call a comeback. Yeah, when was this uploaded? Yeah, this came out like 11 years ago. And what we're gonna check out the peephole came out 7 years ago. I think we're just gonna go for the peephole and see what happens in here. Are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Konkar peepholes. Educational video production. Peepholes. A safe usage guide? What's with the feed? I think I said before this might be like some sort of fetish. Maybe it's making fun of people that are aroused by feet. Maybe it's supposed to be uncanny, or maybe it is just like, maybe it's fetish. I really don't know. Like, what's the sole purpose? What's the sole purpose? The sole purpose of all of this is to serve as, I don't know, guys. The sole. I'm here all week, guys. The sole purpose. So it's a morgue. Someone died. They're not there. Okay, their feet is moving. Their feet is still twitching, so they're still alive. What the? So what are we looking at? Someone who's barely alive? Could this be BL? Or maybe it's Billy after their feet was licked? I'm more believing this could be BL in this case. We saw that earlier, right? We saw that the outlets caused death, right? You remember? We saw in a previous video, there was a guide, an educational video, where they said, like, the plugs, like the outlets. The outlets cause death if you looked at them. So maybe he was feeling around to, like, not die when staring at the outlet itself, the wall plug. And these apartments we saw in the earlier video, right? Which was, the police report, I believe? Or the one before it. There's the circle from the profile picture again. The red circle. Maybe the red circle is like a theme we see over and over again. Oh, this goes hard. Cries a lot. BL cries a lot, is afraid of feet. So this could be BL who was... Whoa, there was text on screen, Ah, shit, I can't even read that. It says DSF, and then there's something in the middle, something signal, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. 6, oh yeah, 6. Kein Signal. That's German. No signal. 6 a.m. Stereo AV2. Dude, I love this channel. I love going down these rabbit holes so much. This is so interesting. Fuse boxes, right? But there's papers on the first one, it seems like. A film projector? It almost seems like a gym. Maybe all of these are clues to where BL could be. Now this is Russian. We did see that Parane. We saw that before. There's someone behind those bars. I do see a face with like an eye hole in it. Voda VS2. Something is definitely moving in the background. That's Saw. That's straight out of Saw. Is that a car? Like a broken car or like a bathtub? I can't really see what that is. It kind of looks like the front of a broken car for some reason. He's in my left ear. Don't tell me that. Oh, that's just... So I believe this might tell us that BL is alive. BL is somehow being kept alive somewhere. And this video, maybe the peephole educational video, is showing us the location. Maybe it's like a map, right? If we go like back from the start again, we do have a apartment complex. We have go past the complex. Look at this image here. Go past the halls into the hallway. And then we have the fuse boxes leads us into a gym. Look at this icon. Then go past the bars. Go into the dark. Go past here. Inside this area, inside this tub. It could be that inside of this location is where BL is being kept. Instructions not clear. I licked Billy's feet. They have already been licked, so I can't really say anything about it. I believe that's it. But we still don't believe what BL or who BL is. But we do have like... I want to check the elevator. I really want to. I know that we literally only got past like how many videos? 1, 2, 3, 4 before we found like a brand new rabbit hole. But I want to check out of a lonely bone, and all that was for blank, and blank that he took as hidden men written in their hidden book. I want to check out a lonely bone. And I do also, I want to wait until I want to check the website. I really want to check the website, but I don't want to spoil it yet. Let's go for a lonely bone first. But maybe the elevator also tells us where we gotta go or shows us where we gotta go. So we are going down the elevator. From what I gather from this so far, we have a house, a place with multiple people in it. And somehow a guy named BL disappeared. And now we are looking at this from the perspective of like the police officer or the guy who killed or kidnapped BL in order to see if we can find BL again. We have seen, from what I believe in the last video, that BL is still alive. But now it's a matter of how do we find BL and bring them back without involving their feet. Whoa, that's cool. So that's, oh, that's how tall they are? It says, save him, save him? Seems like it's their spine almost. December 23rd, 19 blank. That was almost like a defibrillator. It looks like we're in a hospital and that sound just looked and sounded like a defibrillator. Someone died here. But who died here? That is. That was a, wait, that's a dog. Something about a pet, right? Hold me to Tangier? No, Noli Tangier. And then we go to November 19 instead. So we go back in time now. November again, November. Jesus Christ. The circle. VRIWGRJ? What does that mean? The letters that showed up in the triangle at the very end, shift them back 3 and it says soft dog. The words behind the board that fell were in Latin for don't touch me. But if we connect this to like the first video, we saw that room number 2 had a dog in them. Like there was like a, you know, a pet owner. They had like an actual dog in that room. But what does this mean in this case here? Even an obscure and confusing YouTube ARG couldn't resist killing the... I mean, I feel that's kind of like, you know, standard trope these days that if you make some sort of like ARG or analog horror, there has to be some sort of like animal that gets hurt in it because it talks on people's strings and feelings and so on. We have been through almost the entirety of this channel here, and even though I know most of the video was focused on this, I want to check the elevator video so bad. I know that we only went through like 3 videos on this playlist, but you know the good thing about it is that we have multiple videos. So in the future, if you want me to check out more creepy rabbit holes, if you want me to go through this playlist here one more time, check out some more creepy videos, let me know. I want to check the website. And then I do want to check the last video. November 24th. What do we have in here? Imprint of the Filth. This is also in Latin, I believe. We need a Latin translator. Latin to English translation. Fire never says enough is enough, is what I get from a translate site. We have 1 dot. All of these dots are, but this dot is clickable and it gets us to a post. Should we probably take it from the bottom first? Because we probably go through a lot of lore that I think we should take it from the bottom and see what's all the way down here. Older post and home. Subscribe to post. What do we have at older posts? Whoa. Oh, we're really going down this shit now. Home. Okay, so we're actually at the bottom now. We have server maintenance. Emergency broadcast code 2. Lock the entrance, close windows. Set radio to frequency 4537 and receive only. Stay quiet. Data excerpt. Server maintenance. So this is only the block. So this is the block spot itself. It doesn't really give us anything when we click on it. Ever retrieving information from the server. Check your connection and contact your service provider if the problem persists. Emergency, everybody are connected. Allow prelate command in your PHR so I can seal the entrance. You have 1 hour to arrange for pickup if you're missing anything. Some status IDs, some firmware updates. Stand by. data feed interception. Then we have message by PHR A3, A4, A5. A12. Are these like androids from Nier? A2 and A1, if it doesn't respond in 15 minutes, shut your entrance and enable prelate command. These are fairly new. I mean, there was like 10 years ago. We reached A2, he's on the way. He says that the bunker was locked, so he got the equipment inside. If we relocate at any point, the gas mask in relation to 740501. Message by PSC7. Okay, noted. Warning, airstrike imminent. Eliminate light sources, self windows. CRV, I found a document beneath the kitchen sink while looking at the plastic bags. The moisture got into it, but I could almost make out everything. Production process. Owned by unsolicited distributor. Distribution is forbidden. Phase 1. Intersecting the material's inert state. Submission into HBR is the most efficient method discovering to date. Time of exposure is determined by the amount of inhibition impurities in the ore. Since submersion lasting longer than 3 minutes hinders needed contractive properties over 81 mark. Overly contaminated ore. Phase 2 is to avoid trauma and buy additional time. The purified ore is cooled down to 180K, or once stabilized, a shallow hole 10mm in diameter is to be drilled in the exposed joint to serve as a root and connection point for the something. After 24 hours, gradually heat the product up to 303K while testing the sensory responsiveness. Only missing can time. You have a single comment on this. HBR is the common abbreviation for hydrogen bromide, a highly corrosive substance which can both be gas and liquid. It is extremely harmful to humans. CRV could be referring to the chromulum something steel, a type of corrosion-resistant material. Metal. Guys, I know I'm dyslexic, alright? Don't deal with it. Deal with it. Steel can expand and contract more than other types of steel. However, I haven't found any surgical use for it, so it could be going in the wrong direction here. The post mentioned 303 Kelvin, so this is like a theory. My best guess is that this refers to some kind of surgery involving connecting nerves or replacing a joint. Cause of death, malnutrition. First stage. We saw this in a comment earlier, right? Insanity, anxiety, sorrow, vigor, ascension, and everything is perceived. Line time increased to 20 seconds. Do not broadcast, unsafe. And then we have the images. The game is simple. There is for you, the little is something else. You both hit where you can until the other dies. We have 3 comments in here. For anyone having trouble reading, thank you. The game is simple. There is you and there is someone else. You both hit whoever you can until you die. That's the game. This video is unavailable, so we do have a video here. What about the comments? Do we have anything about the comments here? This comment has been removed by the author. Whoa. We have another block spot here. Can we go to that in like another tab? It has been removed, so it does not exist anymore. So we have a video that's unavailable. There is no such thing as a question. Another video that's unavailable. There's a random safe lines between being sent from the server. There must be nobody else from that info. They could be fake. They are not fake. We have a resident here who knows this. Are there still PHR with multiple residents? Yes, 4 or 5 of them, I think. Only 2 have the connection. We have seen insanity. PHR emergency code A1 guidelines. Until withdrawal of blue neon. Keep windows closed. Avoid all sight lines. Do not respond to the blows at the door. Try your best to keep entrances locked. Do not attempt to leave under any circumstances. Residences committing acts of violence are considered disposable. Update of something. We have a local time. Location must be far away from potential disturbances. Needed vehicle type car. Driving through a place I don't know. I was in a backseat. I could not recognize the driver. The driver did not respond to any of my attempts to communicate. The vehicle was moving faster and would be anticipated to given the condition. Temporal setting was between evening and night. Street lights and neon illuminated the only passable. I woke up upon attempting physical contact with the driver. The location I woke up in was far away from the PHR. Entrance all. Residents beside myself have been missing since then. The blank room has been out of function since nighttime was increased by 27 minutes in 2 days. Something my sentence is to decided by the stand document of something else. This is the educational video we saw. The image below, wait, hold on. So the dot just means that this is like the post itself that we can go into. Message by PC7. The image was downloaded to my computer automatically around 3 minutes ago. The link is to the feed, but as far as I can see, I'm the only one with access to it. My connection is bad at the moment, so you might not get it clearly. Does anyone else have any idea what could mean? Probably the central computer surveillance system. It looks like it's from out of town. I'm looking at the link. I'm looking at the image link. If we click on it, it's very low quality. What happens if we open this in a new tab? Open image in a new tab, right? When it's a block spot, when it's like an open block, I believe they cannot put their own link in it. So even if we try to open it, it's not gonna give us a website, but they say the link is to this feed. So we have some sort of security camera, right? We have the photo again, it's much clearer now. It has no timestamps or location attached to it, so I doubt it was taken by the central machine. Do you know someone on the outside would have sent it? It's like an oil field almost. It looks like almost the apartment complex that we saw earlier, right? Type /Q to Q safe line. Safe lines can contain up to several characters. Safe lines cannot contain symbols. Safe line can contain images. They are marked by hashes. Depending on the connection, the lines become unstable. What about the comments? /Q. What is happening to the apartment complex? Did something bad happen? Kaiju attack. If anyone here knocking on the door, do not open. Blue neon is in effect. /Q. All PHR reports. /Q. Typing to get in contact with the PHR PC, looking at clarification, all 5 stages. It's an email here. What is going on? Attempted to recover the ground with a layer of lead before any sort of construction was to take place. However, small animals and children remained vulnerable? Something about the dog. She suffered a similar fate, but the condition progressed much slower than all the previous cases. This provided researchers with the means to develop a prototype vaccine with notable side effects. In this state of fear, most residents, even once outside the risk area, decided to vaccinate themselves. Plan with natural immunity and mild behavioral problems. As B45 was almost completely vaccinated, the scientific community was not interested in the case. He was adopted at the age of 3 by a widow. What? This is long. This is extremely... That is... If you guys want to read it, you can check out the website for yourself. I'm pretty sure it's... Either I can link this or the channel below so you guys can check this out for yourself, okay? Emergency broadcast code out of now. And I believe the last couple of pages we have here is another archive here in 2016. Some more in 2016 about a hard archive. We have the image for the missing persons. We do have 19 comments. I want to check that out here. We have server maintenance. Bambi, where? We then have another emergency. Help us, where did you find it? I don't recall any of the technical details, but it definitely said that it comes from the ground and reverberates off the higher atmospheric layers. Apparently, the only reason anyone suspected it was airborne was because of that, how much of there is flying around here. I can't remember the file address because I found it while I was sifting through all of the useless junk and I didn't think it was important. I'm sure the directory was something like that. The only directory that ends with a 16 has a bunch more inaccurate tunnel blueprints. Why the hell are you care about any of that? 2016 again. Audio signature changes. Audio signature has been updated. That's the house, right? There's like a lot of computer code here, it seems like. It just seems like we have some code and some hidden... BL! That's redacted! Holy shit! We have info about BL! We have info about... Holy shit, dude! We actually have redacted text about BL! I'm using text-to-speech for this. I'm a little bit crashing out right now. We're gonna use some text-to-speech. Can I do that in Google in here? Is that possible? Open in reading mode. You know what? It's actually not working. I'm gonna just read it myself. Dear Phil, the whole point is that we don't know if he's hurt at all. In fact, the only reason we're even talking about this is BL's reaction. He has been hospitalized before in scenarios just like this one. The fact that we respect BL doesn't make it so that we have to indulge every episode. Please talk to both of them as soon as you learn more about the exact clinic. P.S. One of this month's bills on BL's name states Meepen under City of Residence. I don't know if it's an administrative error or the beginning of another problem. Just keep that in mind. We also have comments in here. We have a lot of comments on these posts so far. We saw this elevator in one of the other videos, yeah. When installing peepholes in the residence that do not have previously possessed one, it is important to recognize that many residents are... Oh, that's even worse. Many of the residents are uninformed and or inadequately equipped to understand the function and use of the peepholes. No one is better suited to address these issues than you, a trained professional. Because of this, we kindly ask that you initiate a conversation with the tenants and your provider providing your services to apply the following questions if needed. Have you ever seen a peephole before? Do you prefer spending time alone or with friends? Do you trust your neighbors? Why is it you think we need these? Are you shy? Is getting enough water and air important for you? What's the voltage most frequently around here? Do you feel confident enough in yourself to have the interaction with this voltage? Is anybody in your family colorblind? Do you have trouble walking? Do you ever have trouble walking? And we do have some notes here. So there is something in Russian. Something about, hold on, search with Google Lens. We can search this here and see what this gives us. Translating, greetings from Belgrade. And what about the other image? We do have like another image in here. We can translate this all the way. The letter addressed to Dragina details a request for assistance regarding the recognition of 4 years spent in captivity as part of the sender's work experience. The sender is requesting, we're just gonna check out the translation. I apologize for bothering you again with my request. It's about the Republican Commission in Velkin Plana needing to recognize 4 years spent in captivity as part of my work experience. Something wrote to me that my case arrived at the commission in December and that I would soon receive a decision. However, I haven't received anything to this day, and without it, I cannot regulate my work experience. And then we have a bunch of text here again. Anything redacted about BL? It doesn't seem like it. And the newest one we have is from Soil Springs. That was what we saw on the community tab, right? From Soil Springs 33 shoot. And that is the most recent one. We do have some comments I want to check out, right? Have we been through this one? There's a YouTube video in here. So we have this YouTube video, right? With Billy, why do you keep stopping your toe? You should change your shoes. Do you even have shoes, Billy? My name is also Philip, so did he die? My name is also Philip, so did he die? I'm afraid that I must remain anonymous. It runs deeper than the work of fiction provided. These last 3 most responses by April, I may be wary to approach them amidst the darkness. And then we have comments from just normal people. There is a YouTube link here. What does this give us if we go to this YouTube link? It's not available anymore. Oh, and then there's an ad? Why is there an ad here? I'm not gonna click on that. It seems like it's a very, very scummy ad. I'm not gonna do that. The next page we do have is if the computer scientist house. Ah, it's not snowy anymore. The name in the file is Retreat. I see that. It is Retreat. Good catch. Do you have any other images posted here that are suspicious files? Yes, they have. The one that captured my attention is the most one from October 28, 2013. It says E-Gate R. Question, is there an update on BL? What is the purpose of this? Approach front entrance. So they're asking questions trying to like trigger the bot or trigger something in here. We have a lot of people speculating in here about this house and what it's all about. And the last one I actually do want to check out is this post up here. This was about BL and see if there's any comments. Who has been hospitalized? A couple of quick observations, the message part of the post. Meep and location of multiple layers have also mentioned in the missing persons report. Highlighting the black boxes also reveals the letters BL in the name. It could be a coincidence, but it seems kind of like odd that almost as soon as I mentioned the audio file changing in the comments of the last post, we get the first update in months. So there's an audio file changing somewhere. Where was that audio file changing? I want to point something out. The audio clip on their profile keeps changing. What do you mean by that? The knocking is still there, but there are 2 sets of knocking. The audio is inverted. What kind of audio? I have been on this page for like 20 minutes and I haven't heard any audio in here. Maybe we go back to the home page and figure it out. But they mentioned here about mentioning the audio clip triggered this update here. I ran this past a programmer friend of mine who thinks that this may be a script for Photoshop because the file extension is CSH, which is a custom shape file. However, I think it could be a code for a server, possibly Perl, due to the others. It's a Unix shell file. It appears to be a scripting language. This site is unavailable. I mean, it's loading. The site is unavailable. So they're all still talking about some sort of code or something they downloaded, but the thing is, I don't know where we would get this from. More? Share by email, report abuse, share on Twitter. There should be audio. There should be some audio in here, but maybe that is in our final video. You know what we're gonna do? I don't know how to pronounce this channel here, but I'm gonna make sure to link them in the description below so you guys can check them out. And once again, I know we didn't check out as many videos as I wanted to, but let's check out inside the elevator. Maybe this gives us the audio clip that we need. This was uploaded. Wait. So this is the So this is some sort of message, probably. The last time we went into that building, it was a few weeks after the event, and his aunt took him with him. Basically because it was the only option. His parents were sick with grief and the vaccine. The word sick didn't really do it justice. Apparently no. She didn't say what happened in there too much detail, not compared to how we usually talked. I know we hadn't realized where they were right away because they had to go through the basement in the elevator. The elevator where it clicked, he didn't take it well. So as soon as they got to the 7th floor, he ran out and away. I guess she wasn't capable of following, so she gathered what she could from the apartment and then went looking for him. Yes, exactly, the escort stayed outside. No, they didn't say why. Why the hell would they? It was pretty clear in the case that he was hiding on the roof. If I remember correctly, that means that he had gone through the elevator engine room, and screw me if I know how and why the door was unlocked. She dragged him down, but he refused in the elevator again. I don't think he ever wrote one afterwards. And then we have the different chapters down here, but it's all just noise, and it's making me a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. The sign around the 12-minute mark is Croatian and translate to elevator operation is dangerous to my life. Around 12 minutes, you say? Yeah, I can see that. We have a sign that appears here. But from what it seems like, we're just going past like a bunch of rooms here, right? Because if we just skim forward, right, it seems like nothing happens in the start. But then we have some glitches here, it seems like. And later on, we change location, which is the first one, floor 1 and 2. And then we go into the basement itself, right? Floors 3 through 6. And then we have floor 7 and above. So when we have floor 7 and above, we do see like a hallway appearing here. And that makes sense in terms of the story in the description. That makes sense in terms of the description that our guy decided to go up to the rooftop. I don't like this. It's telling us the story of what happened, right? Basically, the story that we have down here about him going into the elevator and up to the 7th floor, then he ran out. So we're seeing the story of them entering the elevator and then going all the way up to the 7th floor. So the ending of this video tells us what happens at the end. Because now we're in the engine room, as they mentioned down here in the engine room, right? It means that he has gone through the engine room, and screw me, I don't know why the door was unlocked. She dragged him down but refused to go into the elevator again, and now we're on the roof. So what happens when we're on the roof? Is that a body bag? Is that supposed to be a body bag? It's a tarp, basically. I don't really know what to make of all this, because it seems like we have multiple stories going on here, and there is an entire ARG on the block spot, and it's, you guys know, I suck at reading. It's a lot of reading. I try my best. I mess up. It is what it is, okay? There is definitely something more happening. The one thing that I can point out is the rooms in the start. We have the different rooms with the different people living in it. We have the dog that shows on later on in the video, and then we also do have a person called BL. I still believe that BL could be Billy, that Billy is afraid of feet, and they somehow fake their own na-na-na-na now in order to join the forces and get over their fear. But then later on in the other video, I believe that was like of a lonely bone, we do have Billy again where we just straight up see their grippers in the start of the video. So I don't really know what to piece together here. That is the only story that I can actually figure out, and I still don't know what PHR mean. Like, I don't know, what is this, like an organization or like a police? What is this? Like, I don't believe that I can figure out what we're looking at here. Maybe researching the blog post even more. Imprint of the filth cycle. Maybe this gives us more context into it if you really dive deep into this one and actually research it and try to figure out the story. But for now, this is gonna be it for me. I may in the future revisit this if they upload more videos or if there's like a more post on the blog spot, or maybe I'll just read it on my own time and see if I can like connect the dots somehow. But guys, as always, check out all the wonderful creators on this playlist here. I'm gonna make sure to link that below, and also do check out this channel. Aspicio Omniam. That's Omniman. Check out Omniman, everyone, because they deserve it. The last video was 6 years ago, and the last blog post was also 6 years ago. So it's a question of, do we get something else? Is there more to this rabbit hole? Do we get another video in the future? Time will only tell. But for now, be sure to check out this channel. Check out the playlist for yourself. Do let me know if there's any other creepy rabbit holes you want me to check out. Let me know in the comments how massive skill issue my dyslexia is, because I do love whenever people, they call that out. So, With that said, thank you all for watching the video. Leave a like, subscribe, and with that said, I will head out.